Hey, what's going on guys? My name is Madison Charlton from MOC Tech, and today we're doing a video on some of the new capabilities that Zen 5 is expected to bring. And this is thanks to AMD finally bringing out Zen 5 support for the GNU Compiler Collection version 14. And in this new patch to include the support for Zen 5 CPUs, a handful of new instruction sets have been revealed for the Zen 5 base architecture, which is another clear indication that AMD is steadily preparing for the launch of Zen 5 later this year. So sit back and relax as we dive into the latest functionality and instruction set expected to be brought to Zen 5 later this year. Now with this new compiler update, this indicates that Zen 5 will be expected to debut 5 never seen before instruction sets on Zen based chips, though it's important to note 4 out of these 5 new ones have already been seen on Intel CPUs for quite some time now. And one of these instruction sets will be retroactively added to one of its Granite Ridge server CPUs sometime shortly this year. So in a sense, it feels like that AMD is sort of playing catch up with Intel when it comes to certain instruction sets, though that's not entirely unusual as AMD doesn't seem to prioritize instruction set support as much as Intel, especially when it comes to AVX related instructions. And in the list of all of the included instruction sets for Zen 5, we see the inclusion of AVX 512 VB2 intersect along with MOVDIRI and MOVDIR64B. And whilst these names are a bit of a mouthful if you're just hearing them for the first time and difficult to interpret, these new instructions will improve the processor's performance in cryptography and data compression since they tend to deal with the data domain. However, the most notable new instruction that AMD has added to Zen 5 is the inclusion of AVX VNNI. Now this stands for Vector Neural Network Instructions, and this is probably one of the most relevant instructions when it comes to today's realm of AI-focused environments and workloads. Now AVX VNNI isn't to be confused with AVX 512 VNNI, which of course they sound very similar and it's still quite a mouthful to say it all to you, but there are quite some notable and significant differences between these two instructions. Now both of these instruction sets can perform the same operations, but the AVX 512 variant of this instruction set has access to 512-bit vectors and the EVEX extension for better performance in these workloads. So the inclusion of this new instruction set could be pretty significant when it comes to AI workloads, and this is the big push that AMD seem to be making when it comes to the space of AI on its processors. Now it's important to note that Zen 4 already has the AVX 512 VNNI instruction set. And generally speaking, the AVX 512 variant of this instruction set does tend to be the stronger version of this instruction set, so it may seem pointless adding a weaker version of an instruction set to a line of CPUs, but there could be some benefits to using the non-512-bit version of this instruction set, and this is mainly for consumer parts and consumer workloads, which could run software that doesn't take advantage of AVX 512 the same way data center programs do. But regardless of this, it's clear to see the direction that AMD is taking is continuing to focus in AI spaces and AI workloads. And now the latest GCC patch isn't the first we've seen that adds support for Zen 5 CPUs. Zen 5 code has been trickling in since of July last year, where there was an update to Linux that added new power management features for CPUs. For example, the GCC support was added for Zen 4 only after Ryzen 7000 processors had already launched. And the fact that GCC support has been added to Zen 5 already just goes to show just how right around the corner Zen 5 really is. It's expected that these CPUs will launch in around September-October this year, but it's possible that AMD may be gearing up to make an announcement at Computex this year in May, so it's possible that we could see the announcement come a little sooner than initially expected, though it's still very up in the air as to exactly when these CPUs will be launched to retail and we can finally get our hands on it. It's expected maybe by autumn this year, or we could be waiting until the very end of the year for retail release, though it remains to be seen. But regardless, I'm super excited to get our hands on Zen 5 later this year. Anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. Let me know all your thoughts and opinions on this story in the comments down below. What do you think of the addition to these new instruction sets for Zen 5, telling these workloads to more AI environments and workspaces? And are you excited for the launch of Zen 5 later this year? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments down below. Anyway, I have been Madison Charlton from MOC Tech. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you liked it in any way, shape or form, make sure to give this video a like and maybe subscribe for more content like this in the future. Anyway, thank you once again for watching today's video and I hope to see you in another one soon. Goodbye for now.